Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. Sports with Brian Camp. So settle in with coffee in hand and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Hey, here we are. Once again, we're back on the scene right here, and it's a Friday. TGIF, thank God, and we're so glad that you're here for us. Thank God for Friday, and thank God that you're here for this Friday. And welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen, on this Friday. The name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. We meet each week at this time, and we get together, have a little coffee, have a little fun, enjoy conversation, and get things rolling as we always do. And of course, right throughout the show, we're going to give you a chance to chime in on the show as well, because we want you to be part of the show. And all you have to do is just exercise your right to do that. And how you can do that is use your fingers on your keyboards, right? And just type in whatever you want to talk about, because we want you in on the conversation. And if there's anything in particular that you want to talk about, you can do that too, and we'll see you right there on the big screen, and we'll answer all of those things for you. We've got a lot of things to talk about today, and of course, you in the conversation will make it worthwhile. And for this Friday, here we are at TGIF. We've got things going along. First of all, welcome aboard. Now, for those of you who are very new to this program, we get the show started in the way I just told you about what I'm doing right now. And then, as I said, you could chime in and join the conversation too. Whether you're on your telephone, your iPad, one of your computers, whether it's the desktop or the laptop, or maybe even a tablet or so, any device that you use that has a computer screen and a keyboard, you could use it that way, and just type in whatever you want to talk about, and we'll see you right there on the big screen. And of course, it's free exchange of opinions and ideas, and we all have them, right? We all have them, and we're not going to hold back on anything. We're going to let you have your say, whatever say that you want to have. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. You ought to know that we come on 3 different platforms. We're on live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So any one of those 3 can get you there and get you operated. And of course, you could be traveling around. You could walk down the street and watch us on your phone. You know, that's how portable we are. So anywhere you are, take us along with you. Now, you may be in a different time zone. We're Eastern, so it's 10 o'clock in our area. It's 2 minutes past 10 in our area. And so if you're in another coast, your time may be 2 or 3 hours difference, and maybe you're on the other side of the world. Look at your clock. And because that's what time we come on your area each week. Okay, you got that? Okay, that's all we have to do. So we're going to get things started and get things rolling. As I said, we have so much to talk about. And those of you who are just joining us for the first time, stay with us. If you like what you see, you like what you hear, of course, you can come back again and again. That reminds me to tell you that if you're watching us on Facebook, take the time to tag at least not all your friends, because I know you have a lot of friends there on your account, maybe a few friends. You know, just tag the ones that you like best, I guess, and just bring them in with us. And each week you can go further. You can go add a few more on the list and bring them in. The more the merrier. If they like what they see, if they like what they hear, they'll come back again and again. So tag them right away. They'll see that tag is coming from you, and all they have to do is click onto the tag, and it brings them directly to us. Just as simple as that. So please do that right now as we speak. It takes no effort at all. For those of you who are watching us on YouTube, I always ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You do that. If you haven't done it thus far, and you've been with us all of this time, well, shame on you. Do it right now. Take the time. For all of you newbies, you could do that right now. All you have to do is just click on where it says subscribe. Drag your mouse over there. Point the arrow where it says subscribe and click onto it, and that will do it. And we do that because of the fact that we would like to know who we're dealing with. We like to know who's following us and who's staying with us each week, who are members. It's free to be a member, so don't worry about it. And the second reason is that we like to let you know that whenever you come on, and it'll give you a chance to know whenever we come on live. Now, let's say, for instance, you come back next week and you forget about the show. If you're new, you forget about the show and you're online. By clicking on the subscribe, that'll give you a chance to know that extra pop-up, that instant notification will pop up to let you know that we're on the air. And even if we're not on the air and that instant notification pops up anytime that you're online, that could be because we have post something new. So you can keep in touch with us and let us know what's happening, because we can post a video or some kind of a still picture or anything in that nature, any activity that goes on our YouTube channel, you get that instant notification. So keep that in mind. And it's good to know that if you forget about the show next week and you happen to be online and you get that instant notification, it's good to know that you won't miss anything. All you have to do is click onto that notification and it brings you right here to where we are. And for those of you who are watching us on Instagram, no need to worry. There's nothing special that you have to do except just tell your friends and family about us, keep them informed, and let them know that we're on the air. And, because we would like to have them too, because everyone is welcome here. All right. So you have all of those three things going for you. We got so many things to talk about today. And of course, later on in the program, we're going to kind of switch things around a little bit in the program. I'll tell you why, because usually in this particular half hour, we have sports coming up with Brian Kemp with the latest developments in today's world of sports. Okay. His schedule, he called me this morning and just said, "Can we, I'll give you the sports. I got the sports." He handed me everything that he gave, but he says either you could let me come on at 10:45, or you can do the sports yourself. I'd rather for him to do it. So we're going to switch things around and do it. It's not a disaster. We could switch things around normally where we have certain places that we read certain things or do certain things. We're going to switch up a little bit. And so you'll know. So Brian will be with us, but he's going to be here later on in the program. He's going to be in the second half hour of this show. And so that'll be around 10:45 this morning. So we look forward to that with the latest developments in today's world of sports. In the meantime, we're going to switch up on to do other things. We thank you so much for being along with us. Of course, we're going to have our what else do we do? Yeah, okay. We're gonna give you our picks of the week of movies. This is what I always do every week. I go into Turner Classic Movies and find the best movies I can find, if any at all, and bring them to you because I want you to be part of the action. Just in case you want to do something other than what you normally do, you want to sit back, relax, and catch up on some movies. Well, I have some picks of the weeks that I want to lay on you later on, not too far away, and that you'll get a chance to know what's going on this weekend and add to your bucket list of what to watch this weekend. Now, I know you're resourceful. There's a lot of things. You're never going to stop for video entertainment. There's always something going on in this day and age. I mean, you got streaming, you got cable, there are video games, a lot of those things going on. And so, but if your thing is the movies, well, I'm going to help you out with that. That's coming on not too far away in the show. And we'll let you know when. We'll give you a heads up on that when that's coming up, okay? So in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, remember that all of the views and the opinions expressed on this show, The Coffee Hour, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinions of the people of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Zoom, or any other social media outlet or broadcast facility. So with that being said, let's do what we normally do. All right. And we don't switch this. It's always happening around this time. We lift up our cups, right? Full of coffee or cocoa or whatever you're drinking. And because what would the coffee hour be without a little coffee? So excuse me while I shoot up. Delicione. That's delicious. Cinnamon. I'll have a little more later. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Surprised me. Right. Now, you don't have to have coffee. As I said, yours could be cocoa. Yours could be orange juice. It could be milk. Whatever it is that you're having with us, have it along with us, right? Right here on the Coffee Hour. Oh, boy, here we are. I mentioned it last night's show on last night's show, Talk Back Live. And those of you who don't get a chance to see it, you should be there as well. I'll tell you like that. I'll tell you more about that later before we go off the air when we come on the Coffee Hour on Talk Back Live. But last night on Talk Back Live, we had a little bit of conversation about a lot of things. And And one of the things that we were talking about were some of the great things, the events that were taking place, of course, on TV. You know, these events. Well, we tried at last night's show. We tried to stay away from them. You know, all of those crazy events. But again, you know, unless someone wants to talk about certain things that we're not going to bring up, you could bring it up yourself. That's why I always say you can bring it up yourself, even if personally, I don't feel like I want to get involved with that. I'm going to do it for the sake of you. All right. And then who knows? Maybe it'll turn out to be positive, you know. But anyway, we'll talk about a lot of things going on. So we want you to stay with us and tell your friends about us, and let's keep the show rolling. Now, here we are. We're in the middle of November. Can you believe that? It's the 15th of November. That puts us halfway down the line of the month. It only seemed like we just started. So we're halfway down the line. The month is just about halfway over, you know? So we're settling in. We're settling in, and we're doing the best we can with it. But I got to tell you, on this day, something's always going on, right? It may be your birthday, maybe a bar mitzvah or anything. If you're celebrating that, you could talk about it when you come on too as well. But one of the things all month long, for the rest of the month, we'll be celebrating a few things. And one of the things that we're celebrating is National Native American Heritage Month. Okay, that's very near and dear to me because being a product of a Native American, you know, having a Native American background, that kind of makes me proud. And I just wanted to bring that out because it's very important that we do. And we have to remember the Native Americans were the first ones, the first settlers of this country. All right. We want to always, each week for the rest of this month, I am going to be telling you, I'm going to be reminding everyone, we have to remember that. And I remind people every day about that. So they don't get up on their high horses. All right. Those were the people who settled here. And so that's what we're setting aside this month to celebrate National Native American Heritage Month. Okay. And if there are any activities that you know of in the community, let us know. We'd like to know about it. Who knows? I may show up, you know, for some of the events that take place. Okay. And there's a lot to learn about it. If you want to know more about Native American heritage, you can always go to your library or you can Google information. It's easy. Everything is at your fingertips now, and you can always do that. All right. We already celebrated early this week, Monday to be more blunt. We celebrated Veterans Day, right? That was Monday. But on top of that, all month long, we're celebrating now Military Family Month. So everybody that's in the military or have been in the military, we're celebrating your family. All right, because they're important. That's your family, your military family. And so we're setting aside a month, all month long. That's what we're celebrating, Military Family Month. That's what it's all about. And of course, I can't say this enough, but I do appreciate the military, the people who in the military. I don't care what branch you served in. You served for the United States. And every time I see a soldier, I always, you know, give them a salute and tell them how much I appreciate them. And you don't have to have a particular day or a particular month to do that. We already had Veterans Day. A lot of people, I'm pretty sure a lot of the veterans have gotten a lot of great positive feedback from the people. But that shouldn't be the only time that you do that. We should remind them how much that we appreciate them every day. Okay, and whether you have family, you may have family and friends. I have family that were in the military. My dad was in the military. I have a nephew that was in the military, and uncles and all of the people that served in this country, you know. And of course, you know, I will uphold the legacy. My father's no longer here, but I will uphold his legacy of being a military man. And God bless America, and God bless to all the military people. Okay, we're going to take note, and we're going to shine a light on National Diabetes Month. All right, that's another thing that we're looking at this month, Diabetes Month. And so we brought that out there. This is something that we put aside for the whole month. But of course, as you actually know, that it doesn't have to be a particular month or a particular day or a particular year that you pay homage to or pay or shine a light on it. It can be every day. But this particular month is what we're recognizing National Diabetes Month. So those of you who may be under that umbrella, always keep your blood level, your sugar down as low as possible. See your doctor all the time, and take care of yourself. Also, we have National COP Day. COPD. That's an awareness month. That has to do with the respiratory system. All right, and we want to take care of our respiratory systems and. By staying out of places where there's a lot of smoke and things like that. If you're smoking cigarettes, well, you want to think about that as well. I mentioned last night on the show that they had a smoke out month, and that actually I thought maybe they kind of like forgot about it, but it actually takes place next week, and I'll tell you more about that when it comes. But right now, in the meantime, we're taking care of ourselves. With National COPD Awareness Month, all right? Take care of the respiratory system. And of course, it's National PPSI, AIDS Awareness Month. And you thought that was gone away? No way, all right? We pay homage to that, and we shine a light on that each month as well, each year, whenever. But this is a month that we set aside for it, and that's National PPSI AIDS Awareness Month. Okay, so take care of yourself. We love you. Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Month, also we're shining a light on. Okay, and we just want to make sure that, I needn't tell you all of these things that we're talking about. All it takes is going to a doctor to check out yourself. Me, I am such a wuss. If I have so much get a hangnail, I'm going to go to the doctor, and I guess that's a good attitude. They say, I always say that women are more proactive about their health than men because men are macho, macho, macho. You can be macho, but macho your way to the clinic or the hospital to get yourself checked. Check the doctor. We're macho men, but we want to take care of ourselves at the same time. Because we could be harmed by certain diseases just like anyone else. So there you have the National Cancer Awareness Month. Okay. Also, we have. National Alzheimer Disease Month. Okay, there you go. There's another thing. And those of you who may have relatives or friends who are under that umbrella, of course, you want to be aware of that. And you can find out a lot of these things. You can find out a lot of these things by going online and looking at them and studying them. You don't have to have Alzheimer's. You don't have to have cancer or any kind of disease like that. You could be perfectly healthy, but there's nothing wrong with going on that computer and researching these things, study about them, learn about the symptoms. And this way, God forbid if something happens in one of these, you happen to fall in one of these umbrellas, you can say, okay, I have that, and now I know what that is all about. I read about it, so I'm going to go to the doctor and check it out. It may not be that, but, it's always good to check it out to see what's happening, all right? As we get older, we get more doctors. I never thought that would happen when I was a kid, 21 years old. I only had one doctor that I went to every 6 months just to check out, just to go to routine. But as you get older, you get more doctors. You get your primary doctor. You get your urologist. You get your cardiologist. You get all of that, because you want to stay in good health. Not that anything is going to happen. It's just that it's necessary for you to have all of these doctors. Okay. And so there you have it. So that's National Alzheimer's Disease Month. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Today is National Raisin Bran Cereal Day. Did you have your Raisin Bran today? It's funny because I was crunching last night when I got off the air and I got home. I didn't want to eat heavy because, you don't want to eat and, lie down on it. That's not healthy. And I had a box of Raisin Brans. Instead of just pouring it in a bowl, I just took a few out and just popped them in my mouth, just eating it. So yes, I had my Raisin Bran. So it is National Raisin Bran Cereal Day today. Do you like that? And I used to Eat it all the time when I was a kid. Very good. Okay, so there you have that. You can't make that up. Have your Raisin Bran today. As a matter of fact, have your Raisin Bran along with your coffee or your milk or whatever. Excuse me while I shoot up. Okay. If you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour, and we're going to be along with you for the balance of the show. And we're always here every week from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern. And of course, we have a little coffee, have a little fun, have a little conversation, and we'd like you to join in on the conversation if you would. Now, what I want you to do, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to join in on a conversation, what I want you to do is give us your weather forecast. Let us have your weather forecast and let us know what it's like in your area. Now, I do that. It's not a mandatory thing, but it's something that I like to do to compare notes to the weather I have here where I am and to the weather where you are. You may be in a different city, maybe even on the other side of the world as you watch this show. Let us know what your weather forecast is so we can share it with everybody here. You know, if you're going to join in conversation, because we like to greet you personally. And if you do not desire to join in conversation, that's okay too, as long as you're out there. And a lot of people may be at work at this time. So sit at your desk and enjoy the show. And maybe you're on that coffee break right now, that 15 or 20-minute coffee break. Okay, take your coffee with you and sit at your desk and watch the show, drink your coffee at the same time. And when the coffee break is over, you can go back to work and do what they call multitasking. All right, so do that right away. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, do you know that the flu and the COVID-19 vaccinations is still available to you? Now, a lot of people have taken it already. Some people have not. This is the time to do it. It truly is the time to do it. You know, earlier I would have said, take your time a little bit. You know, the weather is still warm, but the weather is no longer warmer in a lot of places. And so what you want to do is get in touch with your pharmacist, right? Whoever they may be. All right, and make an appointment to take the flu and COVID-19 vaccinations. They are available, and the COVID-19 vaccination, this is the updated version. Now, each year it's going to come about. It's not going to go away, all right, because COVID is still here. The pandemic is over, but COVID is still here. And while it's here, you want to fight it just like you fight the flu, all right? And so you do that with taking vaccinations. A lot of people don't agree with it, but then, you know, that's a personal choice. But I'm all for it. And I always tell my friends, you out there, wherever you are, about it. And so when you go take these vaccinations, you can take both the flu and the COVID-19 vaccination at the same time. You didn't know that, right? You can do that. And it's safe. And all you have to do is just call up your pharmacist and make an appointment. I don't know if you could do it by telephone or they will tell you how to do it. Or I don't know if you could just like walk in there to do it. I would say, you know, the way things are today, people are in line waiting. You make the appointment. That's just as good as anything. And you can make the appointment as soon as you can. And you could take your shots at the same time. Now, if you don't prefer taking your vaccinations, you know, together like that, you can do, let's see, one at one time and maybe a week or two later, do the other one the next time. You know, it doesn't matter. It's up to you. That's a personal choice and that's your privilege. All right. But you can do it at the same time. Now, whenever you make your appointments, whenever that is, keep the appointment, you know, because I'm pretty sure there's a long line. And because, you know, you don't want to wait for a long time until it's like it's too late, you know. And again, this is the time to do it. And I would say, if you ask me, when should I do it? I would say do it now. I would say do it now. Do it today. You know, don't wait till tomorrow. Do it today. All right. Some people may, wait until Monday. But I say do it today. Do it. Get it over with. Get it out of the way. And just, you know, this way you'll feel comfortable about it. You'll feel better about it. Make sure your children are vaccinated. Make sure they stay healthy. And make sure the whole family stays healthy, right? So all of that is available. So go there, make your appointment. Or if you can't go there, go online. Each pharmacist has a website you can go on that allows you to make the appointment. And it's simple to make the appointment. And whatever is there available, pick the earliest time that you can get, and just keep it. And just go right there, and then the day they'll ask you a few questions. They may ask you to fill out a form, a health form, online. That will save you time, right? That will save you a little time. Instead of going there and then waiting and then filling out the form while you're there, you can go there online. They have a form. At least my pharmacist, that's the way they do it. You can go. I can fill out that form online, and then when I go there, I tell them who I am, what I'm waiting for, and that's it. And I just go in, take the shot, gone, scattle. See you next year. Okay, and that's what it is. Okay, so remember, keep all of that in mind. That's your flu shots and your COVID-19 shots. You're tuned to the Coffee Hour, and my name is Frank Allan. I'm so glad to have you aboard with us. And as I said, we're going to be twisting things around a little bit. Usually around this time, Brian is on the air with me. All right. But those of you just walking in and say, "Where's the sports?" Okay, the sports is going to come on a little later today because Brian's schedule's changed, and he asked me if he can do this. He says, if not, I can give you the sports and you can do it yourself. And I said, sure, it's your show. You do it. Okay. So we'll wait for him. He'll come on about 10:45 this morning. In the meantime, we're moving things around that we normally have in one particular spot of the show. We're just readjusting things, but the show is no different than anything. And those of you who are going to be here, and you'll hear from sports, Brian will be here, and you could see him right here live. All right. If you're watching us on Facebook and YouTube, you can see him here right on camera. And if you have any questions, sports related, you could ask him, and he'll be able to give you the answers. You could see him and talk to him at the same time. However, if you're watching us on Instagram, we don't get that luxury. You won't get a chance to see him, but you can hear him. You'll hear his voice, and you can still ask the same questions. Nothing changes other than you won't get a chance to see him. Unless, of course, you're on Facebook and YouTube. You get a chance to see him, okay? So all of that's coming up. And once again, if you guys are going to join in conversation, and I hope you do, because I love to greet you guys personally, as I always do each week. It's a good thing, because I love talking to you guys, right? Give us your weather forecast. Let us know what's happening as far as your weather is concerned, all right? Because we're looking forward to it. I want to compare those notes and see what your weather's like compared to my weather. Now, those of you who live in the New York area, or even in the vicinity of New York City, somewhere in that area, in the metropolitan area, you don't have to worry about, because I am going to take care of that myself. I am going to take the weather forecast myself in my own hands and do it myself. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do it right now, because right now we have 47 degrees. That's what we have presently right now. And the weekend does not look bad at all here in New York. However, the temperatures are going to go up as the weekend goes into gear. Each day, the temperature is going to go up. As I said, it's 47 degrees presently, but this is what's going to happen today. We've got sunny skies. It's going to be 61 today. We're going to have winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour today. And for tonight, if you're going out, you're going to leave the umbrella home. Forget about the umbrella. We haven't seen rain in a long time. We're due for it. I said I don't want rain, but now we really need it. Anyway, it's going to be clear skies tonight. We have a low near 45 degrees. Winds will be northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For Saturday, we've got a lot of sunshine on the horizon today, and we'll have a high around 64 for Saturday. And winds will be northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday night, boy, I remember Saturday nights. I don't know if Saturday nights are not Saturday nights anymore, as far as I can see. Anyway, whatever you do Saturday night, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be clear. We're going to have a low 44 degrees. Winds will be northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And as we wrap up our weekend, of course, we get ready to go back to the grind on Monday. But you can count on a great day. It's going to be exceptional, except for a few afternoon clouds. We'll have mainly sunshine today, and we'll have a high near 65 degrees. That's for Sunday, I should say. I said today, but it's for Sunday. And winds will be northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Repeating our current temperature, we have 47 degrees outside and not a cloud. Well, we have clouds in the sky, but those clouds do not contain any rain. As a matter of fact, I understand as I look forward, I think the next chance of rain is going to be possibly Thursday of next week. Okay. But whenever it comes our way, we're going to need it. And those of you who live in New York City, you know what I'm talking about. We already had brush fires around. I remember I believe it was last Saturday. It was last Saturday, I believe. It was kind of, or maybe it was Friday. Last Friday when I got off the air, it was kind of like I look out the window, I go outside, and it was kind of dismal for a Friday. You know, when people be on the streets, it could have been Saturday too, I don't know. But the point is, it was kind of dismal, a little more dismal than normal, you know, and I didn't understand why. And then I found out why there was so much smoke coming out of New Jersey because they had this brush fire in New Jersey. It was a big fire, and all of the smoke floated into the city, and you could smell the smoke in the air. And they were advising people to stay home and not to, go outside and inhale the smoke. But, you know, those brush fires had continued. And then we had another one right here in New York City, you know, in a certain part of New York City where the parks are, where there's a lot of shrubbery, you know, and they pretty much have it under control now. But what we really need right now is a good soaking rain. And we never appreciate the rain until we actually really need it. And you got the drought in everything, so people are saving water. I remember in the old days when we used to have the droughts, it used to mainly be in the summertime, you know, and they had those jingles on the radio that remind everyone to save water while there's water to save, you know. And so that's what we're doing right now. Save your water while there's waters to save. Now, I don't know how severe the drought is, but you might want to shorten the showers, you know. A lot of people like to get into the shower for about 10 minutes, which is, I think, like the average for people, right? 10 minutes in the shower, some people less. But whatever time that you spend in the shower, you may want to spend a little less time with that, you know, just do it quick, you know, while you're under that hot water and the pulsating of water coming and rejuvenating, you know, you get all, no, man, you're okay, you know, because once you get into that shower, you'll say, wow, this is great. And you want that pulsating water to hit you. You got to do it quick. Got to do it quick. Okay. Anyway, we're here. And we're going to remain here, and we're going to stay here until the top of the hour. That's when we end it. We're now into the second half of this hour. And within this hour, Brian Camp is going to be along with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And we hope that you stay around for that. And that's coming up not too far away in the show. Okay? Okay. Okay, Tony Todd, the actor best known for playing the Candyman in Clive Baker's horror movies, died last Wednesday, November 6th, at his home in Marina del Rey, California. Todd's career spanned 40 years, and in total, he had over 240 movies and TV credits to his name. Todd began his career in the 1980s when he appeared on popular TV shows such as Simon and Simon and 21 Jump Street. And no cause of death has been released at this time. He was 69 years old. Judith Jamison, an internationally acclaimed dancer who later served as artistic director of the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater for 2 decades, has died. Jamison died last Saturday after a brief illness in her New York home, surrounded by people, close friends. Jamison grew up in Philadelphia and trained there in ballet from her younger years. And at the time when Black dancers were rare in ballet, She began with the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater in 1965. She was 81 years old. Chris Wallace came to CNN to get heavily involved with reaching streaming audiences, and it looks like he's going to be leaving the Warner Brothers Discovery-backed news outlet. Still, he intends to do the same anyway. And Wallace, a veteran commentator who held forth for Fox News channels, Fox News Sunday, as well as NBC's Meet the Press, said Monday that he planned to leave CNN, which he initially joined to take part in the scuttled streaming operation CNN Plus, to try his hand on reaching people via an independent broadband venture. Ben Stiller is reprising his role from Happy Gilmore in the follow-up Adam Sandler's 1996 classic sports comedy, Happy Gilmore 2. Now, Netflix is backing the long-awaited sequel, which is currently being filmed in New Jersey. Alongside with Sandler and Stiller, the cast will include familiar faces such as Christopher McDonald and Julie Bowen, and new additions of the golf world of new Happy Gilmore 2 include comedian Nick Swanson and filmmaker Benny Safdie, musician Bad Bunny, actor Margaret Qualley, and NFL's Travis Kelce. Amazon is officially shutting down Freevee. Oh, this is sad. I love Freevee. It's a free ad-supported video streaming service originally launched under the IMDb brand about 5 years ago. Now, Freevee will be phased out over the course of the next several weeks, and going forward, content will be on the service will be subsumed under the Amazon's Prime Video brand. So whatever was on Freevee is going to Prime. And by the way, Freevee is a product of Prime, but I guess they're taking it down. That's sad. That's really sad. I enjoy the programs they have on there. So I'm going to milk it dry. Birthdays today. We have jazz musician Kevin Eubanks celebrating his 67th birthday today. Actress Beverly Angelino. Actually, Beverly D'Angelo. Beverly D'Angelo. Okay. Beverly D'Angelo is 73 years old today. Janet Lennon of the Lennon Sisters, the popular Lennon Sisters that always appeared on the Lawrence Welk Show, is 78 today. We have actor Yaphet Kotto. He's the late Yaphet Kotto. He's 85 today. And also the late actor Thomas Rasalala would have been 85 years old today. R&B singer Little Willie John would have been 87. Singer Jimmy Ellis of the Tramps would have been 87 today. Let's see. Actress Joanna Bonds would have been 90. Petula Clark, who is live and well, she's 92 years old today. Go downtown. And let's see, R&B singer Clyde McFadden, who also was with the Drifters, he would have been 92 years old today. Actor Whitman Mayo, who played on Sanford and Son, would have been 94. Actor Ed Asner would have been 95. Jazz musician Shelton Powell would have been 96. Let's see, country singer C.W. McCall would have been 96, and jazz musician Jerome Richardson would have been 105. Judge Joseph Watner of the People's Court, remember, he would have been 105. And actress Carol Bruce from WKRP Cincinnati would have been 105 years old. So happy birthday to all of these people who are alive and well, and some of the people who are no longer with us. We still celebrate your birthday. We salute you and remember you for your birthday today. Happy birthday. And those of you who are celebrating a birthday, if you have a birthday coming up, please feel free. If you have a birthday coming up, please feel free to tell us about it. All right? All you have to do is be proactive about it. Just do this. All right? Email me or call me, one or the other. Now, I have two sources. I have the email address and the telephone number, and all you have to do is be proactive and just use them, right? The email address, I'll give you that first, is Frank Allan Prod. Allan is spelled Allan. I have to say this each week because, it's quite natural that a lot of people may spell it differently than what it really is. So I'm giving you the right spelling. Allan, Frank Allan Prod at Allan, Frank Allan Prod at Frank Allan Prod. Prod is for PROD. That's short for productions. Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. Telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. Again, that's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. Okay? Now, when you email me or when you call me, it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You can call for any reason. For instance, like I said, if you're celebrating a birthday and you would like us to announce it on the air, we would be glad to do that. We would be glad to do that for you. You want us to announce it on the air? Fine, let's do that. Just give me a call. The email, or maybe you want to say hello, okay? Or maybe you want to say, okay, I have an idea for the show. Maybe you should put that in there, okay? And we can do that, okay? Either way, you can do that. Just get in touch with us and let us know. Have a bar mitzvah coming up? Let us know. We'll celebrate with you. We'll talk about it. We'll announce it. That's what we're all about. All right. Anyway, keep the information with you wherever you go. And wherever you go, you're not going to leave your house without your cell phone, right? So what comes next? You put the information in your cell phone. So you'll have access to it anytime you like. You can put it in your cell phone, in your computers. You can put it in your tablet or your iPhone or whatever. And you're going to carry it around with you, right? A lot of people carry their laptops wherever they go. They have it in there. You can put it in your laptop and your phone, either way. As long as you have access to it, that would be great, and use it whenever you like, okay? So I'll give you that email address once again. It's frankallanprod at AOL.com. That's frankallanprod at AOL.com. The telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. Like they used to say in the early days, you'll be glad you did. Welcome to the coffee hour. And excuse me while I shoot up. Now, as you can see, we're juggling things around because Brian is going to be here in about 7 minutes from now. His schedule changes, so we kind of like being a little bit flexible today on the show. I want to say hello to Warren coming out of Greensboro, North Carolina out there. He's got 43 degrees right now, and it's raining. 43 degrees in Greensboro. Boy, we got higher temperatures than that here. We're presently 47 degrees, and we're going to go up to 61 today. How high are you going to go? Anyway, that's what's happening there. Warren, you got rain coming in. That kind of gives me a little hope. That rain, he's got rain there. That kind of gives me a little hope because I always look at the weather from down south where he lives, right? And I always say, okay, they got rain there in Greensboro and Charlotte, all over in the North Carolinas. And that gives me hope because the rain will come here. It will come up north. And we'll get it in New York, which we need. We haven't had rain in 40 days? Could have been, I don't know if it's that long. It just seems like it. 40 days, Remember when the ark was built? It rained for 40 days and 40 nights. Noah had to build the ark. Now we've got no rain for 40 days and 40 nights. Wow, what a coincidence. Anyway, we need that rain, and I understand as I look forward, I think we're going to get a little rain. I don't know how little, but we're supposed to get a little rain, maybe not enough to satisfy the drought, but we're supposed to get some rain. So this is a little hope. Now, what we need here in New York is soaking rain. That's what we need, soaking rain. And I won't complain about it. We had a string of great sunshiny weather and warm weather. In New York right now, it's on the chilly side, but whatever. Okay, but hopefully, Warren, maybe that rain that you have, I don't know how little it is or how strong it is, how intense it is, but whatever it is, I'm pretty sure it'll come up our way. We look forward to it. I never thought I would say that. I look forward to the rain, because I'm a sunshine guy and I just like good weather. But now this is the time for it, and we shouldn't complain about it when it happens. All right, get that soaking, just as long as it's not another hurricane. Now I understand there was another hurricane in Florida, right? A hurricane in Florida. I don't know how that hurricane is doing, whether it's lost its punch at this time or not. I don't know how it's doing. But maybe in Florida, maybe we'll get some of that. I don't look for the hurricane, but maybe we can get some of the rain from there in conjunction with the rain that Warren has over there in Greensboro, North Carolina. That'll help out. Anybody want to shift rain our way wherever you are? We look forward to it. We look forward to it. Okay, we really do. Okay. Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. As promised, we got Brian Camp with us. Brian Camp with the latest developments in today's world of sports. If you have any sports questions, please feel free, and he'll give you all the answers. He's here late today, but we switched around a little bit. Say hello to Mary. Mary, welcome aboard. Brian, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Good morning, Mary. Hope all is well with you and everybody else, and whoever else is tuning in around the world.
Warren,
and that's
Warren is there as well.
Oh, hello, cousin. How you doing? Hope all is well with you too, as well as we come into the holiday season. From now until the end of the year, it's our two major holidays coming up. Hope all is well. Good morning to you all, coming live from Charlotte, North Carolina, in a library. In a library. So I got the library to myself for the time being. So, but it is 55 degrees outside right now, and it's sunny. After yesterday was a rain all day. So, but now it's clear today, sunny. The grounds are still wet, but we're gonna make the best that we can to do with it and everything. So here we go. So let's get right to it. Dave Sims, Hall of Fame radio announcer, is now going to be the voice of New York Yankee radio baseball. He's going to be on the radio side, replacing the legendary John Sterling. John Sterling has been a fixture in the New York area and in the national era too, as he is finally going to step down. He retired early this season from Major League Baseball, calling New York Yankee games. He used to have a show in the 70s at WMCA AM. I believe right after Bob Grant. Well, Bob Grant is legendary known too, but John Sterling used to have a baseball. He had a sports show, and he finally given it up and left New York, went to Atlanta, called Atlanta Hawks games, and called a lot of other sports games in Atlanta, and then came back to New York and fulfilled his career as a Yankee broadcaster. Early in his career, he was working in Uniondale, Long Island, working New York Islanders and New York Net games as well at the Nassau Coliseum. And he's legendary known for his heroic calls on ABA basketball game and New York Islander games and New York Yankee home runs and the ending of New York games. Well, he's finally, again, he's going to step down. And Dave Sims, who's also legendary too, used to work at WABC and WFAN. Well, now he's taking the mantle. He's supposed to be working with Susan Waldman. Susan Waldman is more of a like an analyst as well too, and she'll do the play-by-game too. They alternate back, in the days where it started many years ago, they would like alternate innings, a couple of innings here and there. There was one guy, Vince Scully, the Dodger was the once the Dodgers play-by-play man, worked alone. He refused to work with anybody else. He didn't have no analysts. He used to do the play-by-play. And I don't know how much talking can an announcer do, but he would just, tell stories. His stories is like legendary, he'll call a game, ball, strike one, base hit, whatever, and then he'll tell a little story. Back in 1943, when we used to do this and used to do that, and I don't know how he would do it for 9 innings. Let not say that the game go into extra innings. He worked alone, but he was legend. But John Sterling was legendary here in the New York area, along with with Marv Albert as well. So happy retirement, but he will come back from time to time as a guest in the booth, and we'll call a game or we'll call an inning or two. So congratulations to him. Well, the big main event for the sports is not football this weekend, not college football, but it's that boxing match tonight. Netflix. I am Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. And Jake Paul is a YouTuber turned prize fighter. Mike Tyson's 58 is his first fight within close to 2 decades, nearly 2 decades he hasn't fought. So this should be interesting. We don't know what kind of shape Mike Tyson's in. We don't know we're going to see a sluggish old Mike Tyson who could barely fight, or we're going to see one of the greatest knockout or artists of all time. But it's going to be tonight, live, Netflix, 8 p.m. At AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Be there. I'm going to watch it. You all should watch it. It may be entertaining. It may be a quick 1, 2, 3 fight. That was it. We don't know, but we're going to find out. So make sure you tune in tonight. This day in sports, November 15th, 1946, Ted Williams is picked as American League MVP. 1960, Elgin Baylor of the NBA LA Lakers scores a career-high 71 points versus the New York Knicks. At that time, I think that was a record before Wilt Chamberlain broke that. 1969, first date controversial of Jim Bouton new book called Ball 4. It was a diary that he had. He put it into a book, and that was very controversial, but the name of it was Ball 4. People still talk about it today. 1972, Dick Allan, known as Richie Allen, Major League Baseball first baseman for the Chicago White Sox, wins the American League MVP. And in 2018, LeBron James passes Wilt Chamberlain 5th on the all-time scoring list. Since then, LeBron James is now the all-time scorer as he surpassed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And one birthday today, happy birthday, he was born in 1995 to Karl Anthony Towns, the NBA center. He's now a New York Knickerbocker, plays for the Knicks, and he was born in the tri-state area of New York City in Edison, New Jersey. So happy birthday to Karl Anthony Towns. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports on a brief sports update for the main event tonight.
Mary has a sports question for you. You don't see it, but I will read it off for you. She says, what do you think is going to happen? Tyson is going to do TKO on the first row, well, she said first row, but I assume she's saying first round. What do you think?
I think Mike Tyson better be very careful. But Mike Tyson, once a boxer, always a boxer. And, Mike Tyson got if I recall, he got something like 30 years on this man, nearly 30 years of age difference. If I were Jake Paul, I'd be very careful because they had a video where Jake Paul and Mike Tyson was standing face to face, and Mike Tyson slapped the what out of him. I don't know if that's just to bring in tickets, publicity, because Muhammad Ali was very famous for that. He would have a studio brawl on Wide World Sports if he's fighting against Joe Frazier. They will have a in studio wrestle. Just all of this is just to bring in tickets, and because they both got to get paid, and with the live stream, that helps. So I think Mike Tyson will win. I don't know much about Jake Paul's career as a boxer, but then again, Jake Paul didn't really fight anybody. So I think Mike Tyson is going to win.
I don't know about Jake Paul, but like you said, like you mentioned, he was a YouTuber, former YouTuber. Maybe he still is. I don't know. But I'm trying to equate whether or not he's related to this guy, Logan Paul, because Logan Paul he was a YouTuber as well and became a wrestler.
They are brothers.
They are brothers. Oh, okay.
Brothers.
I was going to go on the research board and check it out myself, but they are brothers.
Yes.
Oh, okay. You see?
Mm-hmm.
See, you saved me the trip. You saved me the time.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's going to be very interesting tonight, I don't know how this fight is going to go. I think Mike Tyson, once you ride a bike, you can always know how to ride a bike, even if it's 30 years later. Yeah. And I think Mike Tyson is going to win. How he's going to win, I don't know. I know Mike Tyson may not have the stamina to go the distance, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. Like you say, it is interesting, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be waiting around to see what the end is going to be. Boy, keep your fingers crossed. Pull out the popcorn, the peanuts, and the Cracker Jacks, and get ready to rumble.
Get ready to rumble in Texas. That's right. So it's going to be great. It's going to be great. But, that's not only, Saturday we got college football, all day. And of course, Sunday is, I tell all the husbands out there, do your errands. Whatever your wife wants you to do on Saturday, just do it. Just do it to do it. But Sunday, you tell the wife, don't say I said it, but you're going to have to tell her, this is my time. This is my time. Because you want to be sitting in front of your TV, and especially if you have access to all the games like I do, and some of us do, and you want to be having that remote glued to your hand so you can watch different games. So, yes, that's my theory. Do whatever they ask you to do on a Saturday and get it out the way.
Don't argue about it.
Don't argue.
Okay, Brian, we'll catch you back here next week.
Everybody have a good weekend. Mary, Warren, speak to you soon. Take care.
Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Brian Camp with the latest developments in today's world of sports. As we said, we changed the roster around a little bit just to accommodate him. And so right now, we're going to go over to the movies. I have those movies. I'm going to do those right quick. I have 4 this week for you that I think you'll like. They're classic movies. This one goes back to 1953, Invaders from Mars, starring Helena Carter, Arthur Franz, and Jimmy Hunt. It's on Turner Classic Movies, and you can check it out Friday. That's today. The way I see it, we're in the Friday mode. That's 8 p.m. Eastern. Also, another horror called Children of the Dam from 1963. Ian Hendry, Allan Badel, and Barbara Ferris. That's on Turner Classic Movies, and that's Saturday at 2:30 a.m. If you're not up at that time, DVR it, watch it later. Psycho from 1960. Anthony Perkins, Janet Leigh, and Vera Miles. That's on Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then here's another movie, like a detective whodunit movie called DOA from 1949 with Edmund O'Brien, Pamela Britton, and Luther Adler. Turner Classic Movies. That's Sunday at 11:45 a.m. Eastern. Remember, again, you can DVR all of these movies and watch them later. Also, go to Turner Classic Movies and check out movies that I may possibly have not announced here, but maybe there's something that you may like and see and like, and you want to add that to your bucket list. You can do that too. Also, you have all of those great free movies that are available, a lot of them, along with pay-per-view movies. And then you have all of the documentaries and the children's movies and sporting events, everything. And then everybody is streaming now, so, you have your choice. You have your big picks for the weekend in case you just want to sit back, relax, and drink beer and eat popcorn. That's your business. All right. But you can do it. You can do it and do it with all of these great movies. Okay. And that's it. So let me repeat those movies once again. You have Invaders from Mars with Helena Carter, Arthur Franz, Jimmy Hunt. Turner Classic Movies. That's Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Children of the Dam with Ian Hendry, Allan Badel, Barbara Ferris, and that's Turner Classic Movies Saturday at 2:30 a.m. Eastern. Psycho with Anthony Perkins, Janet Leigh, and Vera Miles, Turner Classic Movies Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And DOA with Edmund O'Brien, Pamela Britton, and Luther Adler, that's Turner Classic Movies Sunday at 11:45 a.m. Eastern. And I hope that you like these movies. Leave a note on my desk to tell me how you like it. That's going to wrap it up for me, ladies and gentlemen. I got to go. My weekend is officially underway, but I'll be back on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for Talk Back Live. Brian Camp will be with me with the latest developments in today's world of sports, and I will be looking for you as well. Also be looking for you next Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern for more of the Coffee Hour. Brian Camp will be here once again, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you once again as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you, Brian, Warren, Mary, all of you guys. Have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Take care.
You've been watching the Coffee Hour with your host, Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer, Donna Stanky. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on the Coffee Hour.